Hello! Have you ever felt your heart beating so fast that you thought everyone could hear it? That's exactly how I felt on the day of my first job interview in English. I still remember that morning clearly. The sun was bright, but my hands were cold. I looked in the mirror again and again, trying to practice my smile and my English answers. I kept asking myself, what if I forget everything? What if I don't understand their question? You see, English was not my first language. I had studied it in school, but speaking it in real life, especially in an interview, felt like climbing a mountain. Still, I wanted that job so much. It was my first chance to work in an international company. So, I told myself, you can do this. The beginning of the journey. The interview was at 10 a.m. I arrived 30 minutes early just to be safe. While sitting in the waiting area, I could feel my heart racing. I tried to calm myself by taking deep breaths. There were other candidates around me. Some were speaking English very fluently. I felt smaller and smaller with every word they said. They sound so confident, I thought, and I sound like a beginner. At that moment, I remembered one English phrase I had learned. Fake it till you make it. It means, even if you're not confident, act as if you are. That small thought gave me a bit of courage. I sat up straight, smiled, and told myself, I can fake confidence for 10 minutes. The interview begins. Finally, my name was called. I walked into the room, smiled, and said, "Good morning." My interviewer was a friendly-looking man in a blue shirt. He smiled back and said, "Good morning. Please, have a seat." The first few seconds went okay. Then came the first question. Can you tell me a little about yourself? Now, that's a very common interview question, but my mind went completely blank. My brain said, "Oh no, what's my name again?" I took a deep breath, smiled again, and said slowly, "My name is your name. I recently finished my studies in business, and I am very excited about this opportunity." It wasn't perfect, but it was clear. He nodded and said, "That's good. Why do you want to work here?" That question hit me. I had practiced many things, but not this one. I quickly thought of something simple and honest. Because I like your company culture. I think it is a great place to learn and grow. He smiled. "Good answer," he said. That small comment gave me confidence. A moment of panic. But then something unexpected happened. He asked, "Can you describe a time you solved a problem at work or school?" I froze. I knew the words describe, problem, and school, but I didn't understand the full sentence immediately. My brain was translating everything into my own language, and it was taking too long. I said politely, "Sorry, can you repeat the question?" He smiled and repeated it slowly. This time, I understood better. I began to talk about a group project from university. I said, "In our project, two people had different ideas. I helped them to talk and find a solution." It was not a very long answer, but it showed that I could communicate, and that's what mattered most. Then he asked, "How do you handle stress?" I laughed nervously and said, "Like now?" He laughed too. That small joke broke the tension. I added, "I try to stay calm and focus on what I can control." He smiled again. That moment made me realize something. English is not only about perfect grammar, it's about connection. It's about showing your heart, your personality, and your effort. The turning point. Halfway through the interview, I started feeling more relaxed. I used another English phrase I had learned. I'm eager to learn. It means you're excited and ready to grow. I said, I may not know everything, but I'm eager to learn. That line changed the whole mood. He leaned forward, nodded, and said, "That's a great attitude." Inside, I felt proud. The nervous person who entered the room was gone. I was now speaking like someone who believed in themselves. By the end, he asked, "Do you have any questions for me?" Earlier, I had read online that it's always good to ask something back. So I asked, "Yes, what do you enjoy most about working in this company?" He seemed surprised, in a good way. He smiled and said, "That's a thoughtful question. I like the teamwork here." We ended the interview with a handshake. As I walked out, I didn't know if I would get the job or not, but I knew something more important. I did my best in English. The waiting game. For the next few days, I kept thinking about every word I had said. I thought, maybe I made too many mistakes. Maybe my grammar was wrong. But then I remembered something my English teacher once told me. People don't remember your mistakes. They remember your confidence. That sentence stayed in my heart. 3 days later, I received an email. It said, "Congratulations, you are selected for the next round." I couldn't believe my eyes. I read it 3 times just to be sure. I shouted, "I did it!" My hard work and my courage had paid off. I didn't get the final job in the end. Someone else did. But that didn't matter, because that interview became a turning point in my life. It taught me that English is not a wall, it's a bridge. The lesson. From that experience, I learned 3 big lessons. Mistakes are okay. Everyone makes them, even native speakers. The key is to keep speaking. Confidence is more powerful than perfect grammar. Preparation brings peace. Practice before so you can relax during the real moment. When you speak English, especially in interviews, remember one useful phrase. Let me think for a moment. You can use it when your mind goes blank. It gives you a few seconds to organize your thoughts. Simple, but powerful. Practice tip. If you want to practice interview English, here's an easy exercise. Stand in front of a mirror and answer these questions. Can you tell me about yourself? Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths? Record yourself. Listen carefully. Notice your pronunciation and your confidence. You can practice by repeating after me. I am confident. I can speak clearly. I am ready. Say it every day, because your words create your reality. The ending message. Looking back, that first job interview in English changed how I saw myself. It wasn't just about getting a job. It was about discovering my own courage. So every time I speak English, I remember that young, nervous version of me, the one who smiled even when scared, the one who said, "Fake it till you make it." So if you ever feel nervous speaking English, in an interview, in class, or even online, remember this: you are learning, and that's already brave. Don't wait to be perfect to start speaking. Start speaking, and you'll become perfect step by step. And who knows, one day you might tell your own story. My first job interview in English, with a big smile on your face. So, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to LifeTalk English.